Jay, get close enough.
Come on in. Let them through. Let them through. Now, Jay, how many houses have you renovated?
We're hitting on 375 now.
Hey, and I've done about 1,000. Come on in.
Now we've done a lot more deals than that, but we've rehabbed 375.
Come on in. Let's all get together here. This is an easy house to renovate.
Yep.
This is what I would call a light renovation, but you're going to be surprised how these numbers add up here. Come on in. Come on in.
The heated square feet, I don't have my glasses.
1,600.
1,600 heated square feet.
Come on in, guys. All the way. Make some room for them here.
Yeah, there's plenty of room to scoot on up towards us.
So, there's a lot of money we don't have to spend on this house, but there's still plenty to spend. Come on in. What's the top of your list?
Roof.
Do we need a roof? No. It's roof, not roof.
Roof. In North Carolina, it's like a dog. Roof.
Okay.
I never thought about that.
So you saved that one. What's next? Carpet. We don't need carpet, but we need something with floors, right?
Yeah.
Because we need these floors refinished. And what about that kitchen floor? Well, how about it, ladies? Am I going to have to rip that up, or can I say that? Remember, guys, guys, I don't care what you think. It's all ladies. So, by show of hand, ladies, do I need to replace the tile in the kitchen? Okay. Who says I can keep it?
It's not a necessity.
About even.
Okay. There you go. However, I'd replace it because I think it looks like crap.
I agree.
And I would replace it with the 8-inch square tiles. Nice shiny finish on them. That'll change that kitchen completely. And it won't cost that much for that size kitchen.
Yep.
All right? So floors all together, we got 1,600 square feet, right? Yes. We're going to do something to them, aren't we?
Yeah. So Ron, let me say this real quick. So here's my rule of thumb back home. Whenever we got hardwood floors, if we can refinish them, we're definitely going to refinish them. I'm never going to put carpet over the hardwood floors unless I can't save the floor. So here's what's cool about easy figuring on your repairs. At home, we use $2 a square foot for refinishing the hardwood floors, okay, or the carpet. Now, Ron in Florida, he's at $1.50 a square foot on the carpet. We're at $2, so we're close. So it would be really easy. Also, on the tile, you're not going to go much more than $2.50 a square foot on your tile. So you can use the same multiplier as what I'm suggesting.
I don't agree with that.
So what would you do?
That tile is $5 a foot installed.
Right, but we got a smaller area over here.
I understand.
Right.
But we're going to compensate for that. That's the only place you're going to tile that I remember.
Correct.
Kitchen. That bathroom tile looks fine to me.
We can keep that.
Yeah. So all in all, what are we looking at to do all the floors in this house something?
3,200,
35. About $3,000.
Yep.
About $3,000. We'll
I got that part right, y'all. $3,000.
We'll easily do them. That includes that tile. Okay. What's next on your list?
Now y'all need to be writing these figures down because we're going to add up and come up with the majors.
Okay, we got vinyl siding, but we still have trim, don't we? Yeah. Trim needs painted. That vinyl siding needs pressure washed. Yes. Doesn't it?
Yep.
We've got a little fixing on the front end there. Okay, so we're not painting the exterior. We are painting the trim. We are painting the interior, aren't we?
Yes.
Or can we just keep it like it is, ladies? Okay. Now I'm going to make a point. Jay may not agree with me. I would not let them touch this ceiling. There's no reason to paint it when it doesn't need painted. Just don't spend money where we need to spend it. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with this popcorn ceiling. You hear that everywhere we go.
Right.
Nothing wrong with it. They still put this in houses. Leave it alone. Remember, girls, you're not moving in.
and unless you're in a really high-end neighborhood, and I agree with Ron, because in this price point neighborhood, popcorn's going to be fine. But remember this, or remember to discuss it with your contractor. If the ceiling does need painted, and in this case it doesn't, but a lot of popcorn ceilings may need painted. About 25% of the time, when you go to paint it, in our area we got a lot of humidity, like Jacksonville. It'll start to come down on you. So just be aware of that, you know, if you do go to paint, you do have that risk up there. And another thought just comes to my mind, Ron. Since this house is not that big, something that would be a minor, you wouldn't do a line item for it, but what would really make this room pop is some crown molding up there.
Boy, it would, wouldn't it?
And you might even want to continue it. Well, you got a brick wall over here, but you might want to continue it in the kitchen. Maybe not. But in here, you would really get a big pop for a little bit of money.
Now, if it was me in the kitchen, I'd put paper borders.
Oh, yeah, wallpaper.
What's wrong? What's the matter?
With chickens. With chickens.
With chickens, right.
Is that what you have in your house?
I don't know what year they went out of style, but they're still in my house. And
Mine and Carol Joyce too.
I don't care if you like them or not. Don't go. All right, anyway, he's right. Now, that crown molding ain't cheap. I don't know what it is per foot, depending on the type you pick. But boy, would that change the whole look of this. And I'm not talking about a little quarter round.
No.
I'm talking about crown molding. All right? If you choose to. You don't have to on this price range of a house. I mean, it's just not necessary, but it is definitely an eye popper. So let's paint the inside of this house. How much?
$3,000.
It's about $2 a foot.
Yep.
Floor space, $2 a foot. So that's about, but I never paid that my whole life, but that's what they'll tell you it's cost.
That's right.
I'd say $3,500, and that includes the trim paint on the outside, because it is upstairs and it's going to cost more.
Yeah, I was at
Up
$500.
on ladders. $3,500 to paint this, all the paint needed on this house.
And while we're talking about paint, I don't know what Ron's doing these days, but used to, everything was like neutral on the walls and white popping.
Yeah.
But what we're doing now, and of course we work with an interior designer that stays like really current on what's really hot and what's selling. But what she's doing now is she's using, like in the bathrooms, the pastel blues are still in. But what she's doing out in the living room and kitchen, what's really hot now, at least in North Carolina, is, believe it or not, those pastel light colored yellows. And also, it's like a really pastel sage green. I don't mean green like green sounds, but it's really light. When she started doing it, I was going, Beth, not everybody's furniture is going to go with this pastel yellow and this pastel sage. It does. It does, which is amazes me. Doesn't change your cost, but that's what we're doing.
Well, I didn't know that was new. I've been using those colors for a long time.
North Carolina's a little behind the times.
Yeah, I guess. But I still white trim. You still white trim?
Oh, my land, yes.
Yeah, white trim.
Yeah.
And I don't like flat paint on my walls. I use semi-gloss.
Smart. Yes.
And I use semi-gloss on the trim as well.
Easier to clean, too.
Yes. Okay, so we got our paint. What's next?
Beat and air.
Oh, yes, it
Needs
is.
to replace.
Big time.
You see the unit outside?
Yeah.
Big enough to cool a shed. Not this house. How much? It's a 1,600 square foot house. How many tons do we need?
3.
3 ain't gonna do it. 4. I'd put 4 in here.
And there's not that much difference in money between a 3 and a 4.
You're looking at $3,500. And you're replacing an existing unit, no new ductwork.
Right.
$3,500. Now, are you gonna get estimates for 6?
Yes.
Yeah. Don't do it.
You'll need to educate
I
them.
showed you the ad yesterday. All right, what's next? Kitchen. What's wrong with that kitchen?
We're getting ready for Southern Living magazine, right?
Okay.
No, I'd like to keep that fridge, it's built in.
Well, I agree. I'm telling you, I just put a refrigerator in my house on Monday, $10,000 for a built-in refrigerator. Yeah, same size as that. Ain't no 10,000 refrigerator, but
I would sell it.
I would keep that refrigerator. Okay, so it's clean upable. Ain't no sense in replacing that. And I don't know about that range. That's your call, ladies. Probably replace it. But other than that, it's a gut job, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. And if it's a gut job, now you'll even have to decide whether you want to keep that built in or not, because you're going to have to build around it. Frankly, that's probably a little too much refrigerator for this house.
Yeah.
Well, okay, then scratch it, sell it, get it out of here.
Now I'm agreeing with you.
Craigslist it and it's gone. All right. Somebody will love to have that refrigerator. And I bet you get $1,000 for it.
500.
I don't know. Go price the built-ins today. I bet you get $1,000 for it. So how much for that kitchen? Gutted, replaced.
Six.
Granite countertops, underlaid sink. And I like ceramic sinks. I don't like the stainless steel. They look a lot better to me. And big, nice, fancy faucet. Don't go cheap on the faucet. The faucet don't cost you at least $200. Keep looking. Right, ladies?
Right.
And it better have a pull-out sprayer on it, right, ladies? Okay, it better be deep too, right, ladies? Double sink, deep, all right? We've got a 1,600 square foot house here, and all new appliances, and we got a microwave, and we got a range, refrigerator, and dishwasher. So that ain't gonna happen for $1,500, is it?
No.
All right, how much do you think it is gonna cost?
Three.
Think about appliances or total kitchen?
Appliances.
Yeah. If you don't know, I can tell you exactly.
Why don't you let him tell you exactly?
So I tell you exactly what stainless steel appliances cost, and don't buy the fake stuff, even if you can get the fakes. I mean, get the real stainless steel. So either at Home Depot or at Lowe's, your major box stores, you can get a side-by-side stainless steel. You can get the stove and oven stainless steel. You can get the dishwasher stainless steel and the overmount microwave over the stove stainless steel, all in for $1,850, including tax. That is Whirlpool, but there's nothing wrong with Whirlpool.
No way.
Okay?
And actually, that is delivered to the house too.
Yep, that's right.
I don't know about install. Well, what's to install a refrigerator?
$50. If that.
You plug the damn thing in. What's to install?
But when they're going to deliver from Lowe's or Home Depot, they are going to install. In our
they will.
area.
Yeah,
They're
they
going
will.
to install.
So a couple grand, right? For appliances. Now what about the rest of it?
Cabinets.
Cabinets, countertop, sink. You got a little bit of extra cabinets in there, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. Let's just talk countertop. Let me tell you what the countertop alone cost. It cost about $35 a square foot.
Now, it costs $35 a square foot when you go directly to your distributor for remnant granite in your local area or wholesaler. So the average cost, like I pay right at $32 to $35 a square foot on remnant granite. I don't go to the showroom. Our granite distributor, I mean, it's the great big slab sitting outside on a rock road, okay, where they actually cut it right there in the little warehouse. And so if you're going to replace a countertop, you're talking on that kitchen right there, you're only talking an additional $800 option from a regular old countertop at Lowe's.
Yeah.
So make it pop with that. So if you want to find where to do that, just go to Google or whatever your favorite search engine is and just type in wholesale granite or remnant granite in your city and state, and that'll take you to it.
Or tell your contractor to do that. You ain't going after granite. You ain't even going to go look at granite. You don't do that. What do?
Make
You
decisions.
write checks, don't you? In Lowe's, you can buy the granite, install for $35 to $40 a square foot. 35 to 40. Remnant granite's going to be cheaper, but on the other hand, it's not you that's chasing it. Now, the average countertop is what, 2 feet in depth?
Yep.
Yes? Okay. So I got an ad that I didn't show you yesterday where they would replace, I can't even remember now, but it came out to about $38 a foot installed. Do not let anybody install a granite countertop that is not in the business of installing a granite countertop,
You got that right.
or you will be needing a new granite countertop installed. That's a high skill right there, especially when they cut them and they angle them. Better do it right. Okay, so what are we going to put on the rest of that kitchen? What do you think?
Cabinets.
We got $2,000 for appliances. So all we got is cabinets and countertop and sink and faucet and P-traps and supply lines, right?
Yes.
In this kitchen, what do you think? Countertop alone is going to cost you about $1,000, $1,200.
Yep.
Another 2,000.
So you'd be surprised how cheap your cabinets are. All in, you still don't have more than $6,000 in that kitchen.
That's it.
That's about $6,000. Now I'm not talking about the floor or the walls, I'm talking about the kitchen. So put it down. What's next?
Bathroom.
Well, what about them? We have one without a sink,
Got
but it's going to be a double sink too, isn't it, ladies? Okay. So what do you think? Sink and cabinet comes with the top already. Now he'll put granite countertop in the kitchen, I mean in the
Yeah,
bathroom
about $250 per bathroom.
Yeah.
for the top. Okay, he does, I never did. The ones that come that with them are very nice, and I just never bothered with that stuff. That's probably, I think about $250 for that whole thing, countertop with the sink and the cabinet and all. Yeah, and then you got no major gut jobs in your bathrooms, so really it's just miscellaneous. That's all it is. It's not a major. What's next?
What's next on the list?
Oh, rotten wood.
Okay, we don't have any. What's next? Electric. We don't have any electric issues because the panel box is already supporting a central heat and air conditioning system. Huh?
Would you put a light in this living room?
Yeah.
I'm going down your list.
Windows next.
Is plumbing next?
No, windows.
Windows? Do we need windows? No. Next?
Ron, there's a question about the living room.
What would you do about putting lights in this living room?
Putting what?
Lights.
Lights.
There's none in the bedroom either.
You know, I probably would have put lights in this living room. Wouldn't you?
Oh, absolutely.
Actually, we are a fan with a light.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah. That's all we need is one light with a fan in the middle. And this fan in the dining room here, we probably keep that, can't we, ladies?
No.
That's not dated much.
I guess not. But that's miscellaneous.
Right.
And now you could call this fan an electrical, but it's not a major, it's miscellaneous.
Right.
That's why this miscellaneous adds up pretty quick, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, plumbing? No plumbing. What's next? Garage door, nothing wrong with it. But however, garage needs painted, doesn't it? I'd have that garage painted. You don't paint the rest of the house anyway, it's almost nothing.
Yeah, on your garage floors, and all of our garage floors,
Yep.
you can get the paint for the concrete paint. It normally either comes tan with the speckles in it, or like that blue gray with speckles. And so on a 2-car garage, labor and material, we're getting that done for about $400, $450. So therefore, you're not going to get any additional appraisal
No.
for that, but you'll sell your house quicker because of how it looks.
Paint the garage floor is what he's telling me. And I would too. And have done many of them, actually. Okay, what's next?
Basement.
There ain't none. What's next?
Foundation.
All right. Some people said there was a sagging out in the back bedroom back there. I swear I didn't see it, and I went out front, there are no cracks. So as far as I'm concerned, there is no foundation problem. However, are we going to get a home inspection?
Yes.
All right, what do we know then?
Yes.
Right now, we have no reason to assume there's any issue. What's next?
Junkie neighbors.
No junkie neighbors. All right. So did we get all the majors?
Why is the downstairs got water in it?
Plumbing, yeah. Plumbing is.
We already did plumbing.
It's leaked from the pipes. We're replacing the systems down there. Is the hot water heater okay?
No.
Is that a major? It's a miscellaneous, isn't it? First, you add up your majors. What do they add up to be? I just gave you the numbers. Let's see if you can add.
So y'all need to add them up. Now don't round up yet. Don't round up. You don't round up until after we get the minors. We need to do exactly what you got.
1,600.
16,000?
I mean, 16,000, yeah.
Everybody agree with that? Then what would you put on it for miscellaneous? Better take a look at that miscellaneous list before you answer. By the way, do we need all interior doors?
Yes.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
Always, always, always 6-panel interior doors. And of course, they're not solid, they're hollow, they got the grain look to them. And each door is about $35.
Actually, it's about $50.
Yeah, but we install
With
it.
the hardware, yeah. So it's about $50 a door. All right? And then you got all kinds of things. You see that vent up there? As far as I'm concerned, it's going to get replaced. The vent in the ceilings sometimes get replaced. And then we haven't even looked at your sockets on the wall. If you paint the walls and somebody's painted your sockets, they all got to be replaced. Yes. Throughout the entire house, because you can't paint them things. And sometimes they got to be replaced anyway because they're just yellowed. Little things like that add up quick. You got a ceiling fan there, you got a ceiling fan there, and I always want one in the bedroom, and at least in the master bedroom. And you got those bathrooms you're going to doll up. We haven't even discussed landscaping. I haven't looked, but that is part of your miscellaneous. Cleaning up your backyard, all part of your miscellaneous.
Driveway.
Banister.
I don't know if that sliding door is okay. I didn't even check
No.
it.
Replace.
It's not?
It's wood.
Well, right there is $1,000. And that sliding door alone. $1,000 if it, and it probably does need replaced. It even looks crappy. All right?
Hey Ron, another minor that we just ran across on a house we were finishing up a couple of weeks ago. The house was built back in like the early 60s. And this is a minor, but it's still one that you wouldn't want to pass over. And that is, all the bedrooms only had 2-prong electrical outlets.
Yes.
And so we converted them to 3-prong.
Got to.
And so, I mean, the contractor didn't originally have that in the bid, but he calls up and he says, all we got is 2-prong, you know, well, of course you got to change it out to 3-prong.
Yes, you have no choice.
Now,
Another minor.
would you suggest that they just bootleg the neutral to the ground, or do they run a new wire?
Your home inspector is going to come in and check to see if those things are grounded.
But you can.
However, today, at least in Florida, the new code is they can ground it at the box, and they don't have to have every outlet grounded. Did you know that? Check it.
No.
Check it, because it's brand new where I live. So it's a lot easier, but they're going to have to be grounded one way or the other.
Just
He will test
grounding,
them.
just grounding them at the box.
You can, but he will test them.
But, well, if you just leg the neutral over to the ground, you get what looks like a perfect test, so unless they open it, they don't know. I'm just, and also, if you ground to the box, if it's just attached to wood, you don't actually have
And I'm
to
glad you brought that up because I'll tell y'all folks, when it comes to actually doing what my people do, I don't know how they do 95% of it.
No.
But I know the math. So that's why we're using the contractors
Yes.
or
Yes.
the licensed electrician and stuff.
I got you.
May you never know how they do 95% of it.
Mine's probably closer to 99.
There's a really good point here, folks. All these things that we think cost so much money and are so hard to do is another day on a job to them. It's easy for them to do. They do it all day, every day, and you'd be surprised how fast they can get it done and how easy it is for them compared to what you think it would be. Don't overestimate these repairs. So let's get to a conclusion because we got 5 more houses to look at. All right, you got 16,000 in majors. What do you want to put on this for miscellaneous?
At least 30?
30 what?
15?
You mean 3.
Just 3,000 for miscellaneous?
20% of your major.
I'm gonna call the miscellaneous on this thing. I'm gonna bump it up to 25 grand. And just all in now. And just because Murphy lives here, we have a $30,000 repair estimate. You got it? Write it down. You got $30,000 repair. It didn't look like it when you walked in, did it?
Wait a minute, you said the majors would,
The majors are $16,000.
okay, and the minors.
And I could tell you that it'll be a $25,000 estimate, and I'll also tell you that I'll absolutely get it done for that, and I know Jay will too. But we're gonna call this a $30,000 repair estimate, so that I feel comfortable, so you feel comfortable. And frankly, I don't care how you feel, that's what we're putting on it.